Hey guys, so I'm all up in your faces because I have a crochet wig tutorial to share with you guys. I wanted to show you how I created my crochet wig. Yes, I'm a redhead for a few seconds going on, but I want to show you guys how I made this unit, the type of hair I used, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and get right into the tutorial. Okay guys, so first things first, the type of hair I'm using is from MODEL MODEL and it's their Mojito Twist braid. It's in 16 inches and the color is T530. Okay, it's a nice ombre type of burgundy red ombre. It's really pretty. Now what I'm going to do is to separate the sides on each side that's separated by a rubber band that it comes with. I'm going to take my scissors and cut this straight down the middle because 16 inches I thought was a bit too long and I could use way more hair if we just cut it down the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and separate those via scissors, and then I'll have two piles of hair that I can use to start my crochet wig. There are going to be two caps I'm going to use. I'm going to use one called Evolve, and this is just a brand of wig cap, and then I'm going to use a closed top weaving net, and I'm using two of these because I need reinforcements. Okay, so the wig cap is going to go on first, and then the weaving net is going to go on second, and then what I'm going to do is to sew both of them together. Now the next one I'm going to use is a crochet hook. You can get these from any craft store, Hobby Lobby, that type of thing. Now once that hair is in that crochet hook, it needs to be closed. As you can see here, it's closed, so don't leave it open when you're crocheting. Now the first step for me is I'm going to go ahead and clear out this hair, or just comb it out to make sure it's all nice and smooth and even together. So I'm going to comb out both sides, and once it's been combed out, I'm going to separate it into two sections, two even sections, because I don't want the hair to be too bulky or look too bulky once I get to rolling this hair. So as you can see, I'm going to separate that, lay them out together, and this is going to help me just be a little bit more organized as I crochet this hair. For the stitching part, once you get your crochet needle through at least about 4 of those holes, it's going to remain open. As you can see, that latch is open. That's going to stay open until you put your hair into the actual hook. Once the hair is in the hook, you slide the latch hook down and it closes automatically on its own. Now here is the knot. You're going to push your finger in there just to keep it down. Whatever direction that knot is in, that's how the hair is going to lay. So you're going to pull the remaining hair through it, making a knot. And you're going to tighten that knot by just pulling on the hair and making sure it's secure. Don't pull too hard because you don't want to rip that weaving net. So I'm going to continue to do the crocheting of this hair. Again, the latch is open at the top, pulls it through, it closes automatically. You've got your loop, hair is facing down. You're going to pull that hair through the loop to make a knot and secure it by pulling both sides or just pulling on the physical knot itself, like I'm doing right here. For this unit, I took about 2 layers of knots straight around the unit, and then I just continued on at the back. So I want all of this to lay to a certain side of my head. So again, however your knot comes through that hole, wherever that knot is positioned, that's how the hair is going to lay. So if the knot is facing down, the hair is going to lay down. So I'm going to continue to place these knots in the directions that I need them to lay. So this is the unit all finished. She looks like a crazy person. This took a while, you guys, literally like on and off for an hour. As you can see, I took a break, painted my nails, all that stuff. There are some gaps, and if you see any gaps that you want to fill, go ahead and fill them, but don't fill them too much because you don't want this to be too thick. Now for the curling process, I'm going to use 2 knots at a time, and I'm going to take some perm roller rods, or you can use flexi rods. Use whatever you have, you guys. Don't think you have to go out there and buy these things. If you got flexi rods, use them. As you can see, I'm turning my wrist to twist the hair or twine the hair around the physical rod as I go up. Continue to do this for as far as you want, but I only want to go up just a little bit, not too far up. I'm gonna leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of space. As you can see right there, I'm going to stop right there because I want this to mimic how my hair looks if I do like a bantu knot out. So it's going to be nice and fluffy at the top to give me a little bit more volume with the unit instead of twisting all the way up. So this is what the actual rods look like. I'm almost done. I'd say if you're going to use perm rods, get yourself at least 6 to 8 packs of them just to be on the safe side using these rollers. Again, I used 2 knots on 1 roller. Now once your knots are done, you can go ahead and use some hot water. Please be careful and get help if you need it. I'm going to dunk only the part of that physical hair that's in that roller. I'm not going to dunk the whole thing in, because what happens is once you use that hot water on that roller, any hair that goes into that hot water is going to get shiny, and I don't want the roots of this unit to be shiny at all. I need them to stay puffy and natural looking, so only the part that I have on the physical roller rod is going to go into that hot boiling water. Again, please be careful with this. I don't want you guys to get burned. Get help or ask for help if you need it. I'm using a towel to catch any of the excess water so it doesn't drip on me and burn me, and I would suggest that you guys do the same. Now once everything has been dipped into water, I'm going to release those rods. I would say wait until the rods cool down, till the hair dries, that kind of thing. But for the sake of this video, I just waited until the hair cooled down enough to the touch and I just took out the rods. But if I could do this again, I would wait at least a few hours for the physical rods and the hair to cool down and so that the water dries out of the hair. Now once all of the rollers are out, I'm going to separate those knots. Remember, I used 2 knots on 1 rod, so I'm going to go ahead and separate them. This is going to give me volume, and this is also going to give the wig a more natural look with the curls. They're not all going to be uniformed, and it's not going to be all gappy and spacey as you see it here. So I'm going to go ahead and separate each individual knot from how they are together. You can physically separate the knots on their own, and that's going to give tons more volume and more of a like a wavy type of pattern to the hair. I do want some curls, so I'm just going to separate the knots from each other. Here is the unit once all of the knots have been separated. Everything's curly, everything's bouncy. I love how everything came out. My roots look natural and fluffy, and I'm gonna go ahead and plop this on to show you guys the completed look. So this is the finished product. Oh my goodness, this wig is so light, you guys have no idea. I'm really happy with the results, even though I felt like I might have put too much in the back that could have come towards the front. I only used 2 packs, like 2 full packs, and then just like 4 or 5 pieces from my 3rd pack. So if you're gonna go ahead and make these crochet wigs, I'd say to be safe, get 3 packs of hair. But I love how my unit came down, and I love how I separated them so that they weren't all uniform. Like even some in the front I still can separate if I wanted to get a little bit more fullness, but I separated most of them at the top so I could get a whole lot more va-va-voom going on, alright, in this section. But I love how this unit came out. I'm probably gonna make a couple more of them. I'm so excited how this came out. But yeah, if you guys are gonna go ahead and try to make crochet wigs, as always, let me know down in the comment section what you're gonna go ahead and do with it, how you're gonna style it and that sort of thing. But yeah, I hope this tutorial was helpful to you guys, and I will talk to you in another video really soon. Bye!